A warm welcome to Anuradha Vedic Astrology. Today we are going to talk about a lot of money in this episode. How so? Well, it's often said that money makes the world go round. So let's see what gives the world a very great spin. But before that, a big thanks to all of you for liking, sharing and subscribing to our YouTube and Spotify channels and writing in your comments and suggestions there. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do, and do remember to press the bell icon so that you can get the updates ASAP. The second house is said to be the house of money. The second house is house of education and it is a house of our learnings. Similarly, the fifth house is also the house of our learnings, it is the house of our intelligence. And it is the house that talks about money from various forms. It is the house of big money also from various forms, be it investments, be it investments in the form of people who do a lot of share investments, and it is also the house where we see people do a lot of gambling and stuff like that. So, the connection between our fifth house and our second house really talks about big money. In fact, there is one stage we can say that when the fifth house lord is placed in the second house, what happens is such a person has a natural inclination of earning good money, because the second house is the house of money and learnings. So, their learnings will lean towards applying their knowledge into translating it into money. And the second lord, when placed in the fifth house, also will give a very strong ability to be famous, to have a lot of clout, and as such will be able to garner a lot of wealth. In this context, I take the chart of Indira Gandhi. In Indira Gandhi's chart, we see that it is a Cancer lagna. And the second lord is Sun and the fifth lord is Mars. Mars also happens to be the Yoga, and they have exchanged houses. Not only that, Mars also from the second house aspects the fifth house, its own house, and the second lord. So, there is a very strong connect, and we all know that Indira Gandhi had a very strong say, she had a very strong power, a natural inclination towards autocracy, because the fifth house is also your autocracy, especially if the sun is sitting there, and aristocratic attitude also, and she could actually garner a lot of wealth. There are a lot of stories out there which you can always listen to and infer that from. Again, this is a very pure combination which is bound to give people, when as a young child once asked me, when will my dad get some serious money? So, this is all about a lot of serious money. But when we are looking at a good amount of money for in anybody's chart, then the connection, the PAC, the position placed in each other's house, aspect, that is the second lord and the fifth lord aspecting each other, or conjunction of the second and the fifth lord, or even in each other's nakshatra, making any sort of sambandha or a connection will bestow the person with a lot of money. In this case, I would like to take up the chart of AR Rahman, a very well known music composer in India and has spread his wings abroad. The talent is also being huge. Now, what we can also see here is that in his chart you would see the second lord is Saturn, because his is a Sagittarius ascendant, and the fifth lord is Mars. His Mars is Digbali in the 10th house and Saturn is placed in the 4th house. We see that Saturn and Mars aspect each other, and as a result we find that he has garnered a lot of wealth in his life, in his way of thinking. Now, we also see a connect in certain lagnas. You would see that where for example, in case of Aquarius lagna, the fifth lord is Mercury. It is also the 8th lord and gets debilitated in the second house. If the placement is such, then in that case the person would not be able to hold on to a lot of money. because the 8th lord, the person would be able to spend, fritter away the money, transform it or do anything about it. But if the person learns to work in an industry which is like insurance, debentures, handling other people's money from a lower level and then go on to a higher level, such people can hold on to that money. For a Scorpio lagna person, now Jupiter happens to be the 2nd lord and the 5th lord, and that is one of the greatest boons for the Scorpio lagna people, because if that Jupiter is placed in the 2nd house, somehow there is an innate intelligence that a person has, and I have seen that in many kundalis. For example, in this Scorpio lagna kundali where Saturn and Jupiter both are retrograde sitting in the 2nd house, I have seen that this person by his self determination, own hard work has risen up to a great place, is independent and has funded so many people. The 2nd house is also talking about the knowledge. So, this person ironically or so beautifully also teaches MBA students, and that is saying a lot for those students who have to go into studying MBA, and he has a number of students there also, and his investments have seen leaps and bounds kind of growth. So, the 2nd and the 5th lord, when they are well placed together or when they are aspecting each other in each other's houses, these people make serious good monies. Till we meet with you again, stay safe.
Please hit the bell icon for fresh updates. Don't forget to like, share and comment on the videos, and please subscribe to our channel.